Greetings and salutations. My name is Tish and welcome to the Artist Haven. In tonight's live stream, it is Artapalooza. That means that I've gathered some of my creative friends and we are going to art with you. We're going to laugh with you and you might be inspired to go out and create something awesome of your own. So without further ado, let me bring up our new guest, because Rachel has never joined us before. Welcome, Rachel.
Hi.
Hello. So wonderful to have you here.
Well, thank you. It's wonderful to be here.
I'm glad we could inspire you to finish cleaning your your studio.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's silly. Nobody can see my studio, but it's actually nice to work in here because it's not a big mess.
Right? And that's why it's like, this is clean. This is the only clean area of my studio right now. So what are you going to be working on tonight?
Well, I'm in between. I'm normally a painter, and I normally paint on canvas, acrylic, and oils, and I've been getting into some mixed media on that too, but I'm in the middle. I haven't finished the one thing that I've already started, and because I was doing all this work in real, so I just went back to some of my old favorites. This is called neurological art,
Okay.
and um, it's n- it's very calming. It's very zen, and basically, it's where you make a bunch of circles, bunch of lines, and wherever those lines connect, you round off the edges. So everything looks very flowy, almost
Mhm.
kind of like brain patterns.
Okay.
And it's just something very easy to work on that doesn't take a whole lot of brain power.
Okay.
And I was like, I need that after today's heat. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I feel you.
So, yep, it's going to be a nice, easy Zen kind of thing to do.
It seems like a kind of doodle art almost, but not like in a derogatory way, but like I always call it doodle art, where I just sit down with
Yeah.
a bunch of Sharpies and I just draw in different colors and lines intersect and I color in certain spaces and it turns into this like phenomenal thing. And it's funny because
Mm-hmm.
it's just like my emotion is on that page, or just just a different way to outpour what I'm doing.
Yep.
So
Yeah, it's a great thing for when you're stuck for something, you're feeling a little bit uninspired, because you just make circles, make lines, and then do what you want to do with them.
right.
It's
I
very
love it.
cool.
I do you use like what are they, a draftsman circle thing, or do you just like chase a cup, or what do you use for your circles?
I do use circles, those little plastic things,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm a little bit detail oriented, and even though these are supposed to be very calming and stuff like that, it would drive me crazy if it was like a lopsided circle. So
Right.
yeah,
It
I
was
do
more
that.
oval.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I do use those, and I mean, I can make some small circles freehand, but why stress myself over that?
Right. Yeah. No, I would stress about the circles, so I would use a draftsman tool or whatever, a stencil. There we go. That was looking for.
Yeah, yeah. And they sell well at fairs and stuff. So you put them in a nice little mat, and people go, "Oh, I like looking at
Oh,
that," and they put it in
that's
their bathroom.
cool. Right. It's like, okay, that you put your art wherever you want. I'm not
That's
gonna,
right.
no judgment.
No judgment, none at all.
Well, Janice is in the chat and she said it looks awesome, Rachel.
Oh,
So
thank you, Janice.
Janice is our resident mixed media. She does these beautiful works where she just takes all these different components and just creates magic. And I someday I hope to have a third of her talent with that kind of stuff. So,
Mhm. Oh,
um, and then Bella popped in there. I don't know if she's still awake. She's over in the Netherlands. She's awesome too. So,
hi, Bella.
um, Yes, Jenny sent a bunch of loves, and we love Janice. I miss her
Hi,
a lot.
Janice.
So, but I'm gonna work on because okay, don't do. I'm gonna teach you by my mistake. Okay,
Sure.
because I left these ornaments tipped upside down in the cups because I tip them upside down to drain the paint. And I forgot to tip them right back up so they could dry, and all the white paint drained out of it. Now this one isn't so bad. This one actually looks kind of cool. It's kind of translucent and it looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But the other ones that I have, oops, I don't know if I like that. It's like solid on one side and transparent on the other. I think I can fix it, but I'm not going to try right now. I'm just going to start some new ones because this one did it too. I thought about just putting more white paint in there and just letting them be. You
That's
know,
what I thought originally too. Or you could find a metallic, shiny, shimmery kind of something or another that would act
yep,
as a backdrop to those.
yep. And I don't know. I'll let them dry so I don't disturb what's already in there,
Mm-hmm.
and then revisit them. I was going to work on my boxes that I had started a couple weeks ago. Where did they go? Okay, Tish, you just had them because I painted the resin pieces that I had glued on there, and that was kind of fun. Like, you have those projects that are tedious, but yet you still find them like fun. Oh, I see where they're at. Hang on 1 second. I gotta go over this way.
Very relaxing. Sometimes tedious is needed, especially if you're working out a project in your head before you actually put it down on paper. Oh, that's thick.
Yeah, sometimes you need that detail orientated thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I still need to sand these. I have the sandpaper on the sander and everything ready to go. It just sanding when it's 90 degrees outside and air sticks to you.
Not cool.
But I spray painted these pieces. I taped them all off and then spray painted them this kind of brass kind of color. And so now they have all these really cool colors to them. So now I'll paint the boxes and then distress it back and make it look like it's old. So it'll look really cool when it's done. That'll be next week. I will have at least a couple layers of paint on there, at least on one, so you can kind of see what I'm going for. And then on the inside, I'm going to take book pages and I'm going to line the inside with just like a collage of book pages.
Ooh.
And then clear seal it. I have so many books now. I gotta do something with them all. So that's those.
That sounds awesome.
It's gonna be fun. Okay, so I pulled out this eye-zinc spray, and then some. This is espresso, stream, and wild plum, and we're gonna do some. We're gonna do some alcohol ink in these. So I got everything ready for it, so I don't have to mess around with it. Let's bring Rachel back up. And looks like Julie E is here in the chat. She said, sorry, I'm late. You're never late. You're always fashionably on time. And Sue has joined us in the chat. I hope everything is going over there down under. And Bella is awake still. I thought you were sleeping. It's 3 a.m. over there. She's crazy. I love her though. So, what kind of art do you find yourself drawn to purchase? Do you purchase art?
I do. Lately, this year, I kind of made it a like almost like a New Year's resolution to start buying art from people that I follow online.
Okay.
And I have gotten almost a whole wall filled with people that I've followed on Patreon, people that I've actually like swapped art with
Mm-hmm.
um and bought some other pieces from people, and yeah, I think it's pretty cool. So normally I buy flat pieces. I haven't really ventured into a whole lot of 3D art yet. And I usually buy prints or trade prints with people.
Okay.
And that's been my thing this year. I don't know how long I'll keep doing it, but honestly, I thought I thought to myself, you love watching people like on YouTube, and you know, Patreon gives you the opportunity to help out a little bit. Bless you.
Oh no, that's my air compressed air. I'm sorry, I should have forwarded you.
Oh, sounded just like
Sorry.
a sneeze.
I know it kind of does. It kind of does.
So
But
yeah, so that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing, and I have hit up a bunch of people in the group that we're in together, and some other people that I've been enjoying for a while. And like I watch a lot of people who make components to make art. Like I have a girl who makes watercolor paint. I absolutely love watching her make paint. And she tells funny stories, and um like does a lot of Google searches to find out weird facts on things, and she's just so interesting. And I love watching her mold the paint, and she usually makes it with either soil and rocks that she has collected along her travels, or with expired makeup that people donate to her. So it's really interesting to watch her and listen to her talk.
that is cool. That is really really cool. I I've made my own pigments before, but it's a lot of work, man.
Yeah,
Like I'm not ready for that anymore. You know, I think I'm too old. I don't have the patience for it anymore.
I can understand. I can understand not wanting to make pigments, but it was when I found out how easy it was to make your own paint, I was like, I have got to try that. So of course I bought all this stuff to do it, but I have yet to try it.
You sound like me.
I
Like
think
for real,
any addicted art person has way more projects than they've got time for.
right? Yeah, I think it's one of those things where you just kind of. Oh, I'm running out of air. That's no bueno. All right, we're just gonna tip it upside down. That'll work. I don't. I think this eye zinc ink is water based because it's pooling. I gotta see what it says. Oh, no parlez-vous français.
Uh-oh.
Everything's in French. Yeah, I think it's water based, which would be is great. I love this. I love this ink. I love it. It says for papers and cardboard, so yeah, it's probably water based.
Huh.
With a little bit of alcohol. Okay, well, we'll just let it be. I'm gonna switch up cans here. I wonder why this one's not working. I used to be a soap maker,
Oh.
so I got I used to buy like pigments and then mix the pigments together to different colors,
Mhm.
and it was fun, but it was a lot of work because you know have to scale everything out, and um, it makes life interesting.
Mhm.
But you
Yeah,
know,
I always regretted not being able to make soaps. I am allergic to so many ingredients that I can't do it anymore. I used to be very heavily into essential oils, and I used to make
mm-hmm.
I used to make a lot of uh, little personal inhalers that help people with stuffy noses or give you a
Hmm.
little boost of whatever. And just for so many years of playing with um, those heavily concentrated essential oils, it just kind of did my immune system in. I can't. My skin's always been funny as far as um like soaps and stuff go anyway, but
Hmm.
now I am like so basic, it's not even funny. It's like water and just lye soap, straight lye soap. That's about all I can do.
Oh, um, I'm as someone who has very sensitive skin. I can't use artificial fragrances. Usually,
Yeah.
there are a handful that don't bother me, or if I don't use them repeatedly. Like if I
Mhm.
use it like once in a great while, like I want to use this body wash because it smells so good and it makes me happy, but I can't use it again for a couple of weeks because that fragrance oil sits on my skin and it builds up on your skin, and people don't
Yep.
think about that, you
Nope.
know.
That's so
So,
true. That's so true. I used to when I was little, when I was a long, long time ago, way back in the day, I used to work for Bath and Body Works, and
mhm,
I absolutely loved their stuff. I loved all the fragrances and loved well, I loved like stocking it. It was a sales job, but I mostly did stocking, and so it was fun, and I loved trying out all this stuff. But I can't even use their products anymore. I can't even walk into their stores without getting a migraine, which was really
right.
sad for me.
I know. I feel that. Yeah. I I
It's
I
just one
love
of
their
those,
stuff, but you just kind of gotta do what you can do, right?
right? All right, that's ridiculous.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
My Posca pens are misbehaving, so they're leaking and not really working great.
Oh, I don't like it when they do. You know, I tend to get those ones like all the time. Like if it's broken, it gets shipped to me,
Yep.
and you know, they lovey, but still, it's annoying. I'm trying to do this like away from the microphone so it doesn't blow people's ears out. Because I have uh, just a basic microphone and I can control some of the noise, but I don't have my laptop set up like I had my old computer set up yet.
Yeah. Well, like I was telling you before we started, I've got my webcam taped to taped to a modified selfie stick with a big base on it. So, yeah,
Hey, duct tape is handyman's secret weapon.
that's right. Everybody's secret weapon.
I just
That
like
is
alcohol inks for these because I can work really fast. You
I
know,
never
Clea was
yeah.
saying how she likes to be slow and methodical, and I'm like, nope, I like things fast. I like instantaneous, just instantaneous results.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle. I'm a portrait artist, so people will commission me to paint pictures, mostly of their pets, but I get people sometimes too. And I become so tight and so precise and so detailed, and I could just feel my soul just like shrivel.
Slipping away. Oh my.
I mean, I love doing it, and I do like being detailed. There is absolutely nothing wrong with it, but at the same time, I was like, where is the creativity in recreating a photo of somebody? You know what I mean?
Right?
At some point,
Yeah.
you're just like, there's got to be a little bit more to it. So it took me a long time to work up the courage to start just throwing paint at canvases and making wild, wild backgrounds, and then like putting an elephant on top of it.
That's awesome.
Or I think I did like a blue-footed booby, And anyway, I did a bunch of these and it felt so good. And I took them to this art fair that I did at the beginning of the month, and all of them sold. It was just wonderful and
Yeah,
very
yeah, that's
validating.
awesome.
Very
Yes.
validating. So yeah, I want to continue to play with that. And yeah. I've been working a lot with stencils in the background. This is I'm gonna put this down. Your cell phone. I started with my cell phone on a tower pole on a rock.
Yep. She did too.
That's awesome. So this is
We're
what I was working on.
resourceful.
That's right. So my goal lately has been to get a fair amount of depth into what I'm doing. So with Halloween coming, this is my one and only skull that I have done so far this year, and this is not even close to being done. But I was really hoping on getting a little bit more depth in here before I finish the skull. So that's that's
That,
what I've got
that
on the easel right now.
that looks really cool. But I'm a big fan of like skulls and goth things and dragons and
Hmm.
steampunk and Victorian. What are they
Hmm.
called? Curiosity cabinets. Things you'd find in a curiosity cabinet.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I'm like really weird, and I love weird stuff. So
Well, last year I painted a bunch of three, I don't know, 3 or 4 different Halloween themed paintings, but I didn't paint them on a canvas. I painted them on canvas board, which is basically just canvas over cardboard.
right, yep,
So you can't really put wall mounting on that.
no,
So it would have to be framed. Anyway, I didn't feel comfortable selling them. To me, it just seemed strange. So basically made prints of all of them, and they are really good sellers. So it's like a couple of pumpkins, some Indian corn. I did 2 different skull themed one was just like a large skull, took up the whole entire canvas, and then the other one was like skull, 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 skull. And
yep.
what was cool about that is I painted it in monochrome, so it was black and white, and it was all white.
Oh, cool.
Oh no.
No, oh, cool. I
Did you
said
break it?
no. It just fell off. I do
Oh,
it. These
sounded
are
like broken
plastic.
glass.
No,
Oh,
these are plastic. I'm
good,
smarter than the average bear.
good,
I
good.
know me too well. So they sell better. The plastic ones sell better than the glass ones do.
Really
Mhm.
nice.
Yeah.
I so anyway, when I made prints of them, I started putting filters and stuff over all of it. So like I put like a rainbow filter over the one that had all the skulls on it. And
That's
I
awesome.
could not believe how many people just loved it because it was like weird and spooky and yet playful at the same time. So
Yep.
I've really been getting into making just playing around with different mediums and stuff. It's been very beneficial, but it's also very creative to like get out of my normal rut.
Right. Break the mold of yourself that you built for yourself, kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah, that's right. All right. So this gold that I put on this black piece of paper does not want to be covered up. Come on in.
We have a visitor.
Yeah.
We're going live.
Mm-hmm.
Live.
Mm-hmm. Stop it.
Can you hear us?
Good night.
Hear us?
Sleep good. Close the door. Thank
Kids
you.
are awesome.
He's a ham. He is a ham from way back. Just gonna have to turn this over. Oh wow.
Okay, just try yet? Nope. Just gonna have to tap this out. I think that'll dry.
This will work.
Put that one over there. There we go.
Excuse me.
I had the hiccups really bad because my camera decided it wasn't going to work, so I had to reinstall the software. And this is like 6:15.
Oh no.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? Why? What did I do to you? I keep you protected. I keep you safe, and you do this to me. And I do talk to inanimate objects just because, makes me feel normal.
All right, I think this is the one.
We'll do one right there, hopefully. Do this. There we go.
Okay.
This is actually, I've done like 300 of these. And
That's a lot.
but this is a long time ago. This is like back in like 2017, 18, 19, somewhere in there, like over the course of a couple of years.
Uh-huh.
And I kind of forgot how to do them. Like, I was like, how do I do this again? So, yeah. And then I remember taking a couple of drops of alcohol and putting it in there, and then blowing it around, and it did some weird stuff too. So. Hey, this does it all the time. It just flies off. Usually I use an air compressor though. And a little air shooter thingy.
Mm-hmm.
You can control your air pressure and then therefore control how dark and how light. Those line up perfectly. That's kind of funny.
Do you have an airbrush set up?
I have I have a really big air compressor. Well, it's not really big. It's like an 8-gallon air compressor.
Okay.
And because I use it for air tools, like I have a staple gun brad nailer, and then I have like a big air gun, like for ceiling paintings and stuff like that. It works really great. I love it. But
nice.
Let's see if I can get this out. I don't know why I tipped it like that. Okay, so we're gonna do one more, and by that time, that one should be dry. You got to kind of wait for it to dry. That actually looks really cool. I think I'll remember that maybe. And just let it sit like this overnight and let it dry overnight, and then put the white paint in it. Because I did this with alcohol ink, not alcohol inks, acrylic inks, and that's what this one is, and it turned out really cool. But I was sitting here with a hairdryer for half the time trying to get it to dry. So I am gonna play around with that again. Just because it was a lot of fun because the colors didn't like blend like they do with alcohol inks as much, and they stayed more true, and they're a little bit more vivid. And I'm like, well, I'll play with them again, and I will. I just not right now. Like not tonight. I'm running out of room. Yeah. And I gotta move I'm gonna have to move all this stuff tomorrow anyway, and because I'm hoping, well, not tomorrow, it'll be Saturday. So if you don't see me on Saturday or Sunday, it'll be because I'm elbow deep in construction zone. And I probably can't find my phone. Because that's how I roll.
That sounds interesting. What are you constructing?
I am I've taken out all of the cabinetry on the slide out in my motorhome, so I can put in shelving and my desk. And now I have to like anchor it so I can go down the road. But
yeah, that was my first thing, was like, how are you going to keep everything on the shelves?
I'm anchoring everything. I finally got everything I need to get it all put together. And it's not rain. It's not supposed to rain. That was the one thing that was holding me back. Is it just kept raining and raining and raining. And I'm going to bring everything out, reorganize everything, and then put it back on the shelves. And I actually think I have enough shelf space now. Now that I went to Dollar Tree and just bought different bins and different things. And that way, if the bin breaks, it's not a big deal. It's only $1.25. I don't have to cry about it. I've got a few bus bins, like you have at restaurants, and you put the dishes in after you bus it when you bus a table.
Uh-huh.
I have 4 of those that I'm going to put some larger things in, and just a variety of things to store stuff. And then I'm going to take basically Velcro and a ribbon. I've got some really wide ribbon, and I'm just going to Velcro the ribbon on there so the bins stay on the shelf. So, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, no, my lights didn't go out. I had to move them, and I forgot to shift them down. Because I have a shelf above me that's just kind of hanging out on one shelf that I put in place to kind of think out how I'm going to do this. And the other end of this board is held up by a PVC pipe. So let's try that. Is that better? And I do have overhead lights that I'll be putting up. I just have these clamp lights clamped to the shelf right now, but they'll be more put in place. And then I have other lights as well that are LED strip lights. So, or shop lights. That's what I was looking for. All right, let's bring that back up because I didn't want to put brown in first. It's fine. That's actually kind of cool. I wanted to put this wild plum in first. Sounds kind of funny. I love it though. It's like the call of the wild. My hands are so sweaty. It's making my hands are so warm when I hold on to it, and the air coming out of here is cold. It's fogging up the glass on the outside. That's funny.
Yeah, I was worried about you today. You said that it was incredibly hot by you.
Yeah, it was with the heat index. It was 107, I think it topped out at.
Wow.
It was actually 94, 93 degrees Fahrenheit. But with the humidity, it was like I don't know, it was a high humidity. It's like 85% humidity or something stupid.
Yeah, we were about the same. I didn't get the real feel, whatever it's supposed to feel like, but it was humid.
Yeah.
And hot. So.
Yeah, and I don't have a way to run my air conditioner needs to run on at least 30 amp power service, or I need to run my generator. And being as I don't have license plates yet for my motorhome, I can't just run to the gas station and fill up my tank every time it goes empty.
Yeah.
So, and also a neat little feature, which is neat but kind of annoying at the same time, is once the tank hits half full, the generator won't turn on anymore.
Oh.
So I always have to have a full tank of gas if I plan on using the generator for anything.
That's, I mean, I guess it's a good safety thing, but.
Right. It is, because that way you don't get stuck out in the middle of nowhere. You know, you're safe. But it's still the fact that, hey, what if I'm parked somewhere and I'm okay? And, that's what roadside assistance is for, yo. But I kind of like that one. It's kind of, I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is, and I just make it what you know. I have a power station that I'm gonna be getting solar panels for. As soon as I push the button to order those, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't. Do I want to put this on my credit card? You know, but it'll be fine. I'll be fine. Let's see. But as soon as I get those solar panels, I won't have to worry about anything. I'll have power. I'll have the power inverter. I'll have all the things I need. And what happened to my purple cups, man? Okay, I don't have a purple cup, but we'll just use this cup. That'll work. That'll hold it. Sort of. In fact, we're going to use that for the other two, too. Okay. So.
I am not liking this pen. Let's see.
Matt Carves has joined us. Hello, Matt. Good to see you, sir. I'm like enthralled in what you're doing.
Who, me or you?
Yeah. No, you and all the circles and then the squiggle lines. And I'm like, I can get behind this. This looks like a perfect, like, sit at the park and do this and watch people. Like, pretend I'm making art, like, but
You
still
are
make art. That's what I was going to say. Like, pretend I'm making art, but really watch people because I love people watching. I know that sounds creepy. I don't do it maliciously. I just like seeing how people interact, and that's how I learned how to be sociable because I was an only child and I didn't learn things from my parents. So
That's funny. I love people watching too. I think that most people come by that pretty honestly. And I do got to say with this neurological art, however I don't remember how they call it, but I'm doing it totally backwards. Normally you're supposed to make all your squiggly lines first and then put some circles in there, but I've never been one to follow the rules.
there's no rules in art. What are you talking about?
Oh, if you ever do a search like on YouTube for this neurographica, I can't even remember what it's called, but it's something like that. First of all, they get very insulted if you call it like a Zen doodle or something like that. But then, they have very
Why'd you tell
specific.
me that? Why'd you tell me that? Because now I want to go there and say, oh, that's a beautiful Zen doodle.
Exactly.
Because I like doing that. I'm an instigator. And it's like, okay, whatever, dude. But anyway, I'm sorry.
It's okay. They just, and I have to laugh, but I mean, whatever you're supposed to be getting out, I have a hard time believing that this is. I mean, I can understand that it's therapy. I can't see how it helps you get your. Well, I guess you can work through your emotions, but a bunch of circles and squiggles on a line is therapeutic inside. I can't imagine you're putting emotion into this. Like somebody would go, oh, I can see what you worked out. But I swear some of them are just like, oh, I can tell you had a very traumatic childhood, didn't you? And it's like, oh, come on.
Really?
Come on.
I mean, I'd believe someone that can read auras or palms before I would be able to believe seeing in squiggles and lines.
No,
That's just me.
Yeah, I never did palm reading, but I did. I am a retired psychic, so.
So she's gonna give me the Powerball numbers, guys.
You think if I had the numbers, I would have taken a long time ago.
I know. I've said that to people where I always say I'm an intuitive. I don't say I'm a psychic because that just makes people think, oh, well, then get me my numbers. You know, give me the numbers for the power breath thing. It's like, no, I just use my intuition to read people.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
I've had to develop that, and some people in my more recent history have been able to bluff me, and that's very unnerving to me.
Really?
Yes, and
Most
I
of
have
you-
not. People have totally. I don't know if it's, but it just I don't know if they have some kind of blocker up, like natural block, you know, where they can block me.
Mhm.
But I'm usually very good at reading people and reading their intentions. And I've only had a handful of people. In fact, I can count three. I can count three in my lifetime that were able to totally blow sunshine and fool me. And that it's unnerving to me that it has happened recently, very,
Yeah.
very recently.
Well, that stinks. I've always said that my BS meter has always been spot on, and the only people that have been able to get away without me figuring it out,
Right.
were close family and my ex-husband.
Well,
So
mine's
basically, somebody I'm in a close relationship with, then
right.
they can do nasty things, and I wouldn't find out until later, till they told me.
Well, and I think part of it, if they're close to you, why you don't see it is because you don't want to see it.
Right.
Or you have an intuition, you have a thought, and you're like, no, I'm wrong. You blame it on, you put it on yourself. You're like, oh,
Right.
my intuition's off. I'm having an off day. And because it's so hard to think that someone that you care about so deeply is trying to, you know, bamboozle you or is kind of the root of all evil.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's people that just, you know, some people just light up your life, you know, and just totally like make you feel like the most important human being on the planet, even though you know you're not. You just feel so important to them and so treasured by them,
Mm-hmm.
and that makes up for it.
This is true.
So, I can't remember if we were talking I was talking with people about this, but you are who you surround yourself with. You know, oh, it was at work today. I think today's been such a blur. It's just been this crazy roller coaster of emotion and events and craziness. But you don't want to be the smartest person in the room. You want to surround yourself with smarter people than you, especially in the areas that you want to learn.
Oh yeah.
And you know, if you surround yourself with people, with powerful people, and I'm not saying rich people or, you know, whatever, but people that are where you want to be,
Mhm.
they're gonna rub off on you in the way that you want to be. And so, you know, that's why I've always been a big fan of Rafi and Clee. I love them to death. I always loved them to death.
Yes.
But I never had the money to like pay for Patreon or pay for any kind of membership. And then all of a sudden I could. And that was the best. It's the best. I paid, you know, a small amount of money now but when I did it before, I was paying like a substantial, well, not a substantial, but a good chunk of money.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the best money I spent all month. Because not only would I get the time with them to talk one-on-one, I got the time to talk to all of you guys that are in Discord and everything. And I don't pipe up a lot. I read a lot. Like I kind of know what everybody's up to.
Mm-hmm.
But I've watched so many of Rafi and Clee's videos, and I've listened to their podcasts forever. And I've been watching them since like 2018, 2019, something like that. Maybe a little bit before.
Yeah, that sounds like about when I was too. It was just before the pandemic hit.
Yeah. So
I think they've done a lot of good for a lot of people. I love them to pieces.
oh, I forgot that you were on the thing by yourself. Here's me. I put all the white paint in here already. All right. It's all right. I'm having a day. Hi. I wonder if this is dry. Is that dry? Nope. It's still wet. See, it's still wet. I stick my pinky in there to see if it dried yet, but it's not. So we're going to put that one aside and let that one dry and come back to it in a couple of days when it's not so blooming humid. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no kidding.
I have stayed fully hydrated though. I think I've drank a gallon of water today, and some of that was shared with Raya, my cat, because she's the one I worry about. I don't worry about me. I'm fine.
Well, cats do like it warmer, but there are limits.
Yeah, there's definitely limits. All right, you know what? I'm just gonna take. This is still wet inside there. That's so bizarre. I did that last week and it's still wet. What?
Was it humid last week when you did it?
It's humid. It's been humid since like, I don't know, June. Okay, let's do one more. I was gonna do two more, but I don't think I have time. So I spray a little alcohol in there, swirl it around, tip it out, make sure there's no dust or tidbits in there. Because I have had little pieces of plastic in these. So, you know what, Julie? You're fired. She said the M word.
The M word? I missed it.
The M word. Yes, I don't. She knows me, and I don't. The M word. So, Dances with Aardvarks is here. Hey, Mike.
Oh, that M word.
Yeah, that's the M word.
Mm-hmm.
The M as in maple tree. I don't like that word. Mm-mm. And then they always say, well, how do you describe your takes? I'm like, they're decadent, all right?
I'll say the M word, but I'll cringe while I say it.
Right? No, I won't say it. I won't even say it. All right, so we're going to spin this around like that. We're going to play. This is kind of fun. Makes me want to get out my tumbler turner. Whoa, Bessie. Okay, that one, alcohol didn't dry in there. Yeah, it's fogging up. You can see.
Wow.
That's kind of funny. It is so hot and humid in here. Ugh. All right. Let's see if we can do it with this one. Just let's do 2 drops. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, it helps if you don't drop it on the floor, Tish. See, this is why I don't get the glass ones.
Yeah, I have an 8-year-old, so I have as little glass in here as possible.
I don't have an 8-year-old. I have me.
I'm clumsy enough, but the 8-year-old is definitely a hazard.
Yeah. I feel that. Okay, we're gonna let that sit for a second. I feel like I should be at a concert playing my little air gun, my canned air. It's the new wave musical instrument.
That's right.
All right, so let's turn this right side up. So that turned out really cool. Let's let that sit. Put that right there. I'm going to see if it's really humid or not. This is why we can't have nice clothes, because we get paint all over ourselves. All right. I do have nice clothes, though. I just don't ever get a chance to wear them because I don't go anywhere. Like, I'm not going to dress up to go to Walmart, you know?
I hear that.
And I work remotely, so I don't have to dress for the office. You know? At least only from the waist up. All right.
Yeah, kind of the same. I'm a stay-at-home mother, stay-at-home caregiver, and yeah. So I don't have to dress up at all. But actually, I've been kind of feeling that lately and going, I kind of would like to dress up.
Right?
Occasionally, every once in a while.
Well, then people go, well, what's the occasion? And it's like, I felt like being a human today.
I just wanted to do it.
Right? It's like, do I need an occasion to dress like a normal person? Well, I never dress like a normal person anyway, but,
Yeah.
My favorite dress is a rockabilly dress that has skulls and roses on it. So
I tend to dress in rainbow colors and look like a hippie.
Hey, I am a hippie, so keep love and happiness, man.
How I grew up.
How I grew up too, I think. I don't know. I don't know if I ever really grew up, so have to be careful how I word that. Because then they might make me do adulty things. One more. I'm loving this. It's not purple, and it's like a magenta, like a purple toned magenta. I don't know how else to explain this. Wild plum. Okay, we're gonna let this one dry. And so at the end of these live streams, we do a close-up of what we've been working on. So are you ready for a close-up?
Yes.
Okay, give me 1 second. There we go. Got that over. Good night, Bella.
Good night. Thanks.
She needs to sleep. We got a live session in the morning. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah,
So
I think it will be.
So do you have like a stopping point? Do you say, okay, I'm going to do this many lines and this many circles, or do you just go until, okay, this is done?
Yeah, I think I just usually just go until it feels done. Like I pulled this one out of my stack, did it a while ago. I don't know if you can see it, but I had kind of taken the circles and made them bubbles by putting like metallic around, different colored metallics. And I pretty much figured that that one was done, and it must have gotten put away somewhere because it was not in my done pile.
Ah,
But then I've got other ones that I will take out and add a few things here and there, depending. This one I was feeling very rebellious against the Neurographica people, and instead of rounding everything, I made giant circles. They don't like that at all. So I'm
well, that's fine.
I'm
I
a
love
rebel.
it. I think it's awesome. But,
So that's what I did tonight.
awesome. Mike says, I love bubbles between doodling them. Been doodling them since school.
Me too. I love painting them because you always think, oh, it's not going to look like a bubble, but when you're done, it totally
Then
does.
it totally does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the best. All right. So I'm going to put some white paint in this so you guys can see the process here. So I got the alcohol ink in there.
So pretty. So
And
pretty.
this paint, this is just white acrylic paint with a little bit of water and some glitter.
Ooh.
So it does kind of give it a little sparkly look. Next time I'm going to add some what's it called? Iridescent medium to it, because I think that'll be more sparkly, and it'll be a lot more fun.
I
So
love it.
you
I
just roll
love
it.
it. It's so pretty.
I love watching it kind of come to life. It's really fun to watch it.
That is so gorgeous.
I love how the brown and the teal color kind of mixed together and made a brighter green. I don't get that, but hey, I'm not knocking it. I like how it turned out.
I like the running, like you can tell where the your your air compressor like made like little rivulets going.
Mm-hmm.
That is very, very cool, very organic, but I love the colors. And I do like that green color. So good.
So I
It's like
just
an
let
abstract rose.
yeah, I don't know. I love doing these. It's very calming, and I used to have this like table. There's an old coffee table that I put wheels on, and I used to just sit on the floor on a big pillow, and I'd have like 30 of them lined up, and I would just go put different colors in them. I usually found that 3 colors works best.
Mm-hmm.
No more than 5, because otherwise it gets too busy and too chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't know what that is, but that's really cool. How
Oh
that
yeah.
turned out like that. So this is the ones that I did earlier, and I put the white paint in them, and I'm tipping them tipping them so this end is up so the paint can dry, and hopefully not pull all the color. Because this did it really cool on the bottom, and some really cool sprays, and just really fun. And then so I have them in a cup, have them sitting upright. So once that one's ready to stop dripping white paint, then I'll take it out, and then here's the other one. And I love how like in alcohol inks you can use the same color but get different shades of the same color.
Yeah, it's like layers.
Yeah.
I love it.
So it turned out really fun. And I'm really enjoying the process again and playing around with it again. And we have one more. So I did 4 total. And this is really cool how this is almost black.
Mm-hmm.
But yet it's the same 3 colors. And see, here's that stripe of green again. And I'm just like, this is so trippy.
Mm-hmm.
So
It makes it look really organic.
Yep. And the bottom is really cool too. But no one looks at the bottom. They always look at the sides.
Well, these
Yeah.
are going to be like Christmas ornaments, right?
Yeah, they're Christmas ornaments.
Totally look everywhere on those things. I love that kind of stuff.
There we go. So let's see if this one's still dripping. Yeah, it's still dripping white paint. So once it stops dripping, I'll flip that one up in another purple cup and let them dry. Probably with this humidity for a week. It's been really crazy. So we're going to tip that in there and then whoop, maybe, there we go. Pop it up. And then, so all right, so that is Artapalooza. Thank you so much for joining us. If you'd like to be a part of Artapalooza, DM me on Discord. And if you're not on Discord, where the heck are ya? So the link for our Discord server is down in the description box below. We'd love to see you there. It's one of the things that I am going to start working on and focusing on a little bit more after the studio build, and I'm on the road. I'll have more time to actually like devote to things like Discord and Ko-Fi and art and editing and all the things that I've been wanting to do for the last 3 months and haven't had a chance to do it. So actually we're talking more like 5 months, but hey, life is life and life gets lifey.
That's
and
right.
you know, that's just what we got to do. So we'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Remember, be kind to one another. Peace, love, and happiness.
Bye.